so much bigger than me.
I think everyone should come to an Out of the Darkness walk.
Walk with us.
Join us.
There is hope.
Register today at affsp.org/walk.
Get the power to know more about your money so you can do more with it. Here's your dashboard. Look at all your accounts, track your spending, and customize savings and debt payoff goals. Search transactions based on words or tags like dining out. Check your cash flow daily. Green means money coming in, red means money going out. And you can also set up alerts. Explore My Finance today and get the power to know more about your money. Community Bank.
Every place has a feeling. Every town has a culture. For us in West Virginia, it's the people that make it special. At Grog's, our days start and end with award-winning service. Because for those who are lucky enough to call West Virginia home, we will always be here to make sure home is a safe and comfortable place. To the customers we've met along the way and to those we will meet in the future, we thank you for making Grog's Home Services the top choice in the Mid-Ohio Valley.
Right now, Dunbar and Fowler, the injury attorneys. When you've had a serious injury, you need legal advice immediately. Call today, we'll see you today and guide you every step of the way. The right answers right now. Dunbar and Fowler, the injury attorneys.
I highly recommend Bowling and Dunn Family Dentistry. They make you feel so comfortable and provide you with quality care.
Everyone is very friendly and very helpful.
They're always smiling here, and I trust them with my smile.
They are very professional and good at informing you of what they are doing before they do it.
What's important to you is important to us. Bowling and Dunn Family Dentistry. Welcome to our practice.
CAS Cable has the advertising solution for your business or event that is easy, affordable, and effective. Get your commercial seen on the most popular networks and programs and live sports that your customers are watching. CAS Cable is growing faster than ever, creating a huge audience in the Mid-Ohio Valley for you to reach with your message. If you don't have a commercial, our production department can create one that highlights your products and will get you customers. Call today to find out more about advertising with CAS Cable to boost your business. 304-420-2470.
Red Barn Vintage and Mercantile on Pike Street in Marietta is home to over 60 vendors showcasing vintage and primitive decor. Our family-owned and operated shop also features local artisans and vendors who specialize in handmade items. With a wide variety of treasures, you'll be sure to find something perfect. Shop with us Tuesday through Friday 10 to 6, Saturday 10 to 4, and Sunday 11 to 3. Be sure to follow us on Facebook for the latest info. Red Barn Vintage and Mercantile, 1200 Pike Street in Marietta, across from United Rentals.
To a kid, 60 years may seem old, but at Morrison Incorporated, that's a milestone we're happy to mark. Hi, I'm David Haas. Looking back at our last 60 years, we celebrate a track record of successfully serving our customers' HVAC needs. We're proud of supporting organizations and events in our community. And as we look to our next 60 years, we'll continue putting people first, honoring our guarantee of professional service and always safeguarding the welfare of our customers and crews. Morrison Incorporated, always ready for the next 60 years.
Not long ago, our Goldworks family lost our beloved head CEO, Sydney. So to keep up tradition, our former training CEOs, Mitzi and Cheyenne, have now been
Drum Stadium on the campus of Marietta College. It is high school football on CAS 45 as we've got the rumble on the river, if you will. It is the Williamstown Yellow Jackets in town to take on the Marietta Tigers. Williamstown 3-0 on the season, Marietta 3 on the season. This is a rivalry that dates back to 1923, Mike Cameron. Marietta leads the overall series 17-9, but pretty much the rivalry went away for a long time. Marietta was a really big school compared to Williamstown for a long time. In the last 8 games, it has been all Williamstown, 6-2 over the last 8 years, including the last 3 in a row, the last meeting being back in 2020, a close one, a 34-28 win. But these are two teams. It's much like the Crosstown showdown that we saw last Friday. These are close teams with kids that know each other.
Yeah, it's, I've been in this area since like 1990 now, and I always said because, I knew people from the Williamstown area, married somebody from the Williamstown area, and I always wondered, why do these two schools never play each other? They're so close to each other, and so the proximity, I mean, you can actually kind of see the stadium from, sometimes I can see the stadium from my house. I live right across the river, and these two schools are close together. They used to play a lot back in the records I see here. They played all the way back in the 30s, and then a couple times in the 60s. But they kind of reignited the rivalry, and since they have done that, it has been a Williamstown affair. Williamstown has been really, really good for the millennium. I mean, since 2000 hit, they've been a really, really good school, really good football team. So it's just a kind of a tough situation for Marietta right now.
Let's watch the Wall of Sound and for our national anthem. Coming into this game, Williamstown ranked number 2 in West Virginia Class A, 3-0 on the season, and basically just rolling through everybody they've played so far in Waterford, Warren, and Ravenswood, coming off an open week last week. Marietta on the other side, 2-3 on the season, not the greatest start ever, but won 2 of their last 3 games against Athens and a shutout last week in Ripley, 14-0 over the Vikings. Coach Shope for the Tigers thinks they're starting to get things put together. It's much like we talked about last week. This is going to be a measuring stick game of how well you may think it's put together. How together is it?
Exactly. Well, I mean, we were not real sure. I mean, going into the season, I wasn't sure exactly how good River was. River really, they took the task in that very first game. Again, West Muskingum wasn't sure about that program. I thought Marietta, I read the papers, I saw the preseason postings and everything. The confidence coming out of Marietta at that time was pretty strong, but it didn't work out in those first 2 games. But they got a chance to go up against an Athens team that's not quite as robust as they've been in years past. They got a good win out of that. And Ripley, I thought that was a good win. Ripley's you know, for a West Virginia program right now, kind of in a mediocre kind of state right now, but it's a big school with a lot of kids, and Marietta shut them out. So I didn't get a chance to see everything that happened in that game, but still, nonetheless, they, you know, they have righted the ship at a good time. Let's see what will happen against a powerhouse such as Williamstown.
So as we close in on kickoff, I had a chance to talk to Coach Shobe and Coach Beck. We will talk to them here in just a minute. We'll take a timeout and come back with more of the Dunbar and Fowler pregame show as we get ready for the Rumble on the River, Williamstown and Marietta, right here on CAS 45.
My dream has always been to become a certified medical assistant and to be able to work at Marietta Memorial Hospital through their facilities. The Washington County Career Center made that happen by teaching me all the things that I needed to learn, helping me with my placement. The instructors were outstanding, and they just with helping me through school and some of the life things that I faced during that time. If you have any goals or dreams that you would like to obtain, don't hesitate to reach out to the Career Center for some guidance and help.
The Career Center, hands-on training that works.
Right now, Dunbar and Fowler, the injury attorneys. When you've had a serious injury, you need legal advice immediately. Call today, we'll see you today and guide you every step of the way. The right answers right now. Dunbar and Fowler, the injury attorneys.
My dream has always been to become a certified medical assistant and to be able to work at Marietta Memorial Hospital through their facilities. The Washington County Career Center made that happen by teaching me all the things that I needed to learn, helping me with my placement. The instructors were outstanding, and they just with helping me through school and some of the life things that I faced during that time. If you have any goals or dreams that you would like to obtain, don't hesitate to reach out to the Career Center for some guidance and help.
The Career Center, hands-on training that works.
Welcome back to the Dunbar and Fowler pregame show. Brian Guthrie joined by Marietta Tiger head coach Jason Shobe. First off, Coach, 2-3 on the season. What do you like about your team so far?
We're a young team, but I think we've progressed as the season's gone on, and I thought they're starting to play together as a team and playing harder as the season goes on.
And you've won 2 out of the last 3, so you're starting to get a little bit of momentum here.
We are. I think we're starting to figure it out. We're playing a little better defensively over the last few weeks, and offenses, we're starting to understand it. We've changed the offense and defense up a little bit, and the young kids are starting to get it a little bit.
So just as you're starting to pick your stride up, you're going to run into a buzzsaw tonight of Williamstown. What have you seen on tape from the Yellow Jackets? They only have a handful of games in there, but a lot of tape to look at.
Oh, for sure. They're a very, very good program, and this is a really good Williamstown team on top of that. And we know that coming in. The biggest thing we talked to the kids about is control what we can control, and trying to eliminate penalties, eliminate turnovers, control the ball, do our assignments, and play as hard as we can, and then let the cards fall where they may.
So as far as rivalry goes, last week we were at the PHS South game, and just a ton of emotion in that game. This one, I always say, if it's got a name, then it means something to the kids that are playing in it. Has there been any chatter about this game?
There's not too much. It is across the river, so I'm sure there's a little bit behind the scenes. But for us, you can't get too high or too low in those type of games. Play level-headed. Because sometimes when you play too high, you make mental errors and mistakes as well. So biggest thing is we need to control what we control and do the best we can with what we can.
If you have to pick one thing out of tonight that's going to get your guys the win, what would it be?
Biggest thing is eliminating minimal mistakes. So penalties and turnovers are going to be the critical piece, and if we can do those things, I think we can make the games competitive.
All right. Coach Jason Shobe from Marietta High School, congratulations on the season thus far. Thanks for being here with me today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
More of the Dunbar and Fowler pregame show coming up next here on CAS 45.
When I was 15 years old, my dad had to have open heart surgery. Now 20 years later, we have a top tier program right here at W Medicine Camden Clark. We're able to do those types of surgeries. I had a recent experience where a loved one had surgery here, and it was interesting to be on the other side, and the staff here gave very personal care. I don't know why anyone would want to travel hours away to have surgery that they can have top-notch surgery done here.
Welcome back to the Dunbar and Fowler pregame show. Brian Guthrie joined by Williamstown head coach Chris Beck. Coach, first off, congratulations on a great start for your season.
Thanks. We got a bunch of great kids that work hard, and early in the season we found some success.
You've had the off week early in the season. Typically you'll take it later in the season, but was that a good thing this year, having it early?
You know, I don't know. There's a few ways to look at it. It always lets you heal up some bumps and bruises, lets you focus on yourself, but at the same time, if you got some momentum going, you like rolling the guys back out the next Friday and going. I don't know. They never seem to come at a good time. I always complain about them. So this one is as good as anyone.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you guys have really made your hay on the ground this year. What differences between this team and some of the other teams that you've had really jump? That's what jumped out to me. So what jumps out to you, I guess?
I think up front we've done a pretty good job. In the backfield with Ricky Harbor and Max, we've done a good job. You know, but actually, I think Max thrown for like 350 in 3 games. So he's averaging 120, 130 throwing a game. And for us, that's where we want to be. We're a running team. We want to control the line of scrimmage. We want to establish a run game and throw when we want to. But, you know, we just got a lot of guys that can make plays, which I think is maybe a little different than past teams. We have 3 or 4 or 5 guys that can really hurt you if you're not paying attention to them.
So I was just telling Coach Shob, if a game has a name, then it usually means something to the kids. So the Rumble on the River, what's it mean to the Williamstown team?
It's a good local interest. Anytime you can see the other school one from the other, I mean, the kids are going to know each other. It's a good rivalry for both communities. It's a short drive for both communities, so you usually have a good crowd. And there's always just a little something extra to it. We love playing at this facility. I mean, it's better than it's like Waterford, Fort Fry as far as closeness goes, right? Mm-hmm. So it's nice to hop on a bus and go 5 minutes, even though I think we had one managed to get lost somehow anyways. I mean, my goodness, it's a 2-mile trip, and it took them 20 minutes, I guess. But anyways, they're here now, so no, it'll be a fun game.
What have you seen of the Tigers on tape thus far? They won 2 out of their last 3. What have you seen that you really are concerned about?
Well, they do a good job of playing defense. The last 3 games, I think they've given up 21 points total. So up front, they got some big bodies, got linebackers that fly to the ball. Defensively, they're really impressive. And then offensively, they have a offense that complements that. So they run the ball. They make no bones about it. So they're going to try to control the clock, eat some clock, help that defense out. So if you get into a slow style play or a defensive slugfest, I think that's what they want. So hopefully we're able to speed it up on them a little bit today. Hopefully you can get a lead and make a play from behind, make them a little uncomfortable. But defensively, they've been really impressive.
All right, Coach, good luck tonight, and good luck the rest of the season, and we hope to run into you down the road.
Sounds good. Thanks. Go Jackets.
More of the Dunbar and Fowler pregame show coming up in just a minute here on CAS 45.
The right answers right now. Dunbar and Fowler, the injury attorneys. When you've had a serious injury, you need legal advice immediately. Call today, we'll see you today and guide you every step of the way. The right answers right now. Dunbar and Fowler, the injury attorneys.
Ready, set, fall. Calling all lovers of autumn, fall, and Halloween, Crown Florals and Gifts is ready for you. We are packed wall to wall with autumn, Halloween, and fall decor, and best of all, it's on sale for you today. From festive home decor and wreaths to candles and clothing for every age. Shop your local small stores first this season. Oh, and a trip to Crown Florals would never be complete without a visit to the Crown Confectionery, loaded with all of your fall treats and sweets. So we'll see you soon at Crown. Welcome back to your happy place.
All ready to kick off the Rumble on the River. Marietta Tigers hosting the Williamstown Yellow Jackets here at Dondrum Stadium. Brian Guthrie, Mike Cameron, and the CAS 45 crew about ready to kick things off. Harbor Haught has it teed up for the Yellow Jackets. Bryce Dotson, the deep man for the Tigers. Tigers will get the ball first here to start, and it's going to be taken by
one of the up men. That is Skylar Adams. And Adams bounces off a tackle out of the pile and gets out to the 40-yard line, and that's where the Tigers will go on offense to start. Marietta shutting out Ripley last week, 14-0. Drew Warden, only 2 completed passes for 25 yards for the Tigers. They did most of their damage on the ground with Dotson 18 carries, 172 yards in both scores. Seth Britton chipped in 17 carries for 73 yards. But Mike, you were mentioning before the game, Williamstown comes in with a very opportunistic defense.
Yeah, they're not going to wow you with quarterback sacks or something like that, but it's just tough to get anything going on them. And as soon as I say that, right up the middle.
This is Britton, and Britton crosses the midfield stripe, is into Tiger territory. A good 15-yard pickup on the first play from scrimmage, and the Tigers are in business with a fresh set of downs.
Just they had a receiver in motion that went around. Backers looked at that. But they decided, we're going to do the quick hit up the middle, and it was the right move, and quickly move the chains on the first play.
Drew Warden under center, the sophomore quarterback. Don't see that much, a whole lot anymore, as he'll hand it off to Dotson. Dotson around the left side, good for about 3 or 4.
That's what you're going to see. You're going to see good contained by the linebackers, by the defensive line, and these cornerbacks are tough to throw on as well, too. So that's what we're going to see.
Deep man is Britton. Dotson comes in motion. Warden will hand off to Britton, and he'll go right into the teeth of the Jackets, maybe a yard, and it'll bring up 3rd and 5.
And with this defense, as we said, I don't know if Marietta wants – 3rd and 5 is manageable, so that's okay. But, they're definitely not going to want to stay around 3rd and 8. They're going to want to keep moving the chains probably around 2nd down is probably what they want to do. They want to get those large chunks as soon as they can, but yeah, 3rd and 5, this is manageable, and it looks like they're going to go shotgun.
Warden out of the gun, puts a man in motion, and he's back to throw. Throwing near side, had a man open in Dotson. He was open on the wheel route, wide open, but overthrown.
Yeah, miscommunication in the defensive backfield right there. Might have even been a little bit of a pick play for all I know, but boy, that receiver was wide open. Just overthrown.
You're kind of in that no man's land of does a punt do you any good? So it looks like the offense will stay out there on 4th and 5 at the Jacket 38-yard line. Warden will go out of the gun again. Look for number 1, Elijah Learis Kelly. He's at the top of the screen. Big playmaker from the last couple of years on this Tiger team. As Warden is back to throw. Again, near side, man open, tipped up, in and out of his hands. Ball intended for number 13, Junior Smith. He had a shot at it, ends up knocking it away from the Yellow Jacket defender. And the Jackets, after giving up one big run play, stall out that drive and will come out on offense.
Tigers had 2 receivers in that area. You said it was intended for 13, but 19 actually could have got a fingertip on that as well. But you're right. I think it was actually thrown in a place where neither receiver could make that catch. So Williamstown starts on their first offensive drive.
So we'll see Maxwell Melessa in the Yellow Jacket offense for the first time this evening as he puts Harbor Haught in motion. Haught will catch the screen pass, and he makes the turn at the 40 across midfield and will drag a Tiger down to the 45-yard line and a first down for the Jackets.
Williamstown is predicated on Melessa from the quarterback position and then Ricky Allen. But Harbor Haught is kind of he's a do-it-all kind of player. And the funny thing is as a couple of years ago, he wasn't even really a football player. He really converted to that. And over this last year into this year, last year he was more of a defensive threat. Now they have found a place for him on offense, and he has been very effective wherever they put him, usually in the fullback position, but he caught that pass out of the backfield.
3 receivers to the top from Melessa out of the shotgun, and he'll put his tight end in motion to the top as well. Quarterback keeper the whole way as he goes right behind his blockers inside the 40 to the Tiger 38-yard line. It'll be second and about 3.
Just
show throw, but running the whole way.
Dedicated right there, and Melessa is a big-time athlete, good runner, and we've now learned through the coach too that he can throw the ball when he needs to as well. And but yeah, that was straight design for him around the end, and a good run on first down.
2 sidecars now on second down for Melessa.
And he'll hand it off, and this is Ricky Allen's first carry of the game, I believe. That was who that was. I think that was number 3.
I think you're right. And he's going to get just enough to move the chains. And a lot of that was second effort, too. I mean, it was a good run anyway, but then even when the linebacker stood him up, he was still able to twist himself around, knew where the chain was, knew where the first down marker was, and was able to get it.
On the ground, Melissa coming into this game, 29 carries, 311 yards, and 6 scores. Ricky Allen, 41 carries, 310 yards, and 6 scores. They get it done on the ground. And as I say that, Melissa throw. Completed along the near sideline. Ball hauled in by Lewis Goodnow, 5'8" junior. It's good for about 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Goodnow is their leading receiver. He has caught 11 passes before this game, so that's catch number 12, 149 yards on the air, so he's averaging 13 yards a catch. He has scored 1 touchdown through the air. Again, they just do what they need to do to move the ball, and they do what they need to do to win.
About 8.5 to go here in the opening quarter. First drive of the game for the Yellow Jackets. And Melissa does the RPO, but runs it himself and gets it to within a yard of the first down, 3rd and short.
Yeah, the kid likes contact. I think he likes to be hit. And you saw about 3 yards after the first contact, he was able to spin off of it, just as you said, got a couple more positive yards. So, it's 3rd down, but it's 3rd down and very manageable. They just got to get a couple of yards to move the chains.
Harbor Hot jogs in with the play.
I would not be shocked with a little play action here.
Coach Chris Beck for Williamstown was had very nice words to say for the front line of the Tiger defense, but they have been getting shoved around here on this opening drive as Ricky Allen finds a seam, busts through, and is down to the 10. They'll mark him down at the 11-yard line.
You called that perfectly. The line had a great opening. He just went through the guard tackle gap right there, untouched until we got to the secondary.
So 1st and 10 at they're actually going to mark it about the 12-yard line. Melissa in the shotgun, Allen alongside. Twin receivers each way. It's a passing look, and he will put it in the air. Ball complete out to the far sideline. Stretching, reaching for the end zone is number 4. That's Colt Hessen, and it's a Williamstown touchdown.
Just like you said, and it was just perfect design. He had the 2 receivers on both sides, but the receiver that was in the slot there on the right side, he was only there to just basically form a little bit of a wall. Hessen got the catch. He was able to do the rest himself. Don't be surprised to see Hessen play a little QB today as well, but great catch and good for a score for the Yellow Jackets.
Haunt on for the extra point. And missed it wide to the right. 7:03 left in the opening quarter. Jackets are on the board first. It's 6-0. You're watching high school football presented by the Washington County Career Center Adult Technical Training here on CAS 45.
The right answers right now. Dunbar and Fowler, the injury attorneys. When you've had a serious injury, you need legal advice immediately. Call today, we'll see you today and guide you every step of the way. The right answers right now. Dunbar and Fowler, the injury attorneys.
Every place has a feeling. Every town has a culture. For us in West Virginia, it's the people that make it special. At Grog's, our days start and end with award-winning service. Because for those who are lucky enough to call West Virginia home, we will always be here to make sure home is a safe and comfortable place. To the customers we've met along the way, and to those we will meet in the future, we thank you for making Grog's Home Services the top choice in the Mid-Ohio Valley.
Haunt with a sneaky onside kick, tries to get it along the Jackets sideline, picked up by one of the Gunners. It will go out of bounds, and the Tigers will have possession near midfield for their second possession of the game, try and answer that Williamstown touchdown.
Yeah, they weren't ready for it, so they were back in their proper spacing right there. So if it would just been a little bit better of a directional kick there, maybe I think he put a little bit too much mustard on that one. I don't know if that back that sideline guy had enough time to get there. But, yeah, why not? You know what? I mean, I don't think it's necessary, but why not? Let's see if we can get another
Let's see what happens.
Get that offensive just see if we can get the offense back on the field.
So back under center comes Drew Warden, and he will hand it off. This is Dotson. He'll try the far sideline and get about 3 before he's forced out by the Jacket defenders.
Again, good contain. The linebackers swarmed to the sideline. They were able to pretty much stop that run at 2.5 yards. Not a bad run in and of itself, but again, these guys are just opportunistic. Again, you're not going to see a lot of quarterback sacks or anything like that, but I would venture to see how many first downs that Marietta can get today.
Mike, would you say the Jackets like to swarm to the ball?
I would say. Oh, I see what you did there.
Warden out of the shotgun, man in motion. It'll be a jet sweep to Dotson, and he is swallowed up in the backfield, and the ball came loose, and one of the Yellow Jackets comes out with it. That is 59, Gunnar Henry.
They stood him up, and as one guy was trying to make the tackle, the other guy was trying to strip it. They were able to do that and just stole it right away from him.
Yeah.
Larceny.
Henry just picked his pocket clean. And the Jackets have the ball back at the 39-yard line of the Tigers, and the Tiger D needs to stand up here before they start to dig themselves a hole. 6:50 left in the opening quarter. And the Jackets are back in business. Melissa calls for the ball. Fakes to Allen and will pitch it on the end around to Goodnow, and Goodnow with room to run inside the 20 and finally taken out of bounds. But another big gain for the Yellow Jackets. Owen Riley makes the stop for the Tigers, but the damage is already done.
A little trickery there because that play screamed everything was going to the right side, and then the end around comes, the quick pitch, Goodnow. He had lots of great turf to work with.
Fresh set of downs for Maxwell Melessa. Ricky Allen alongside of him out of the shotgun, and Ricky Allen will get the ball, squeezes through a seam, puts his head down, leans in, touchdown, Williamstown.
That kid is double tough. He really is. Ricky Allen is double tough, and he is tough to bring down on initial contact, and he was sniffing the goal line, and he got there.
15-yard touchdown run for Ricky Allen, and just like that, it is 12-0 Williamstown.
Opportunistic defense and hard-nosed running. That is it's a mixture for success, and right now they've got it with a chance to go 13 just with 6 minutes left.
They're going to go for 2 here and try to get that point back from the missed extra point. So the offense back out there to go for 2. Melessa, quarterback draw, and tied up and dropped, and nothing doing. So the Tigers are keeping some of the points off the board. We'll keep it right here after the score there. 6:33 left in the first, 12-0 Williamstown. Thanks, everybody who is watching on CAS 45, watching on the CAS Cable Facebook page, or on YouTube. You can always search CAS Media and watch our live games, any of the games that we've done in the past. We've done a lot of soccer and volleyball, boys and girls soccer and volleyball through the season so far. That doesn't get a whole lot of love other places, but we've got those games for you. Speaking of, next Wednesday we will be back over here in Marietta and have volleyball from Marietta High School as the Belpre Golden Eagles will be in town. So Belpre Marietta volleyball here next Wednesday, the 28th, here on CAS 45.
Marietta, volleyball in and of itself is just an incredible sport to watch. I mean, it is incredible how it's a show of skill, grace, and athleticism all in power. I mean,
which is the name of your autobiography,
that's
I
right.
believe.
Yes.
The skill, grace, athleticism.
It sold none.
Mike's mother said, meh.
Even she wouldn't buy it.
Deep kick to Dotson, and he will return it out to about the 26-yard line. And the Tigers need to put something together here.
Well, Coach Shobe in the beginning said mistake-free, and one mistake was that turnover.
Yeah.
So, and they scored 6 points off of it. So right now the key is move the ball, get it in the end zone. You cannot give this back to Williamstown thinking you're going to stop them right away. You got to at least cut the lead in half. It's got to happen on this drive.
2 wings and a back for Warden, and he will hand it off to Britton. And Britton is good for about 1.5 yards, 2 yards out to the 30-yard line. You don't see this offense much anymore. Almost a wing T look from the Tigers here. Everybody runs that shotgun spread RPO stuff, and this is a run-first offense.
He's thrown the ball 62 times on the year, completed 24 passes. But, yeah, their bread and butter is
62 times in 5 games.
Yes. Yeah, their bread and butter is you got to move the ball on the ground, but with down 13 points, you got to put some air underneath it. Had a good pass to the receiver that time. I think it hit him right in the shoulder pad.
Lyris Kelly, I think it hit him right in the beak. Bounced off his face mask and was a live football and was almost collected by the Jackets there. So just like that, it is 3rd and long for the Tigers.
Let's see if
they've
got an
each
old
way, wings each way.
3rd down and 8 play. Let's see if they got one of those.
Warden out of the shotgun. Puts 2 men in motion, which is a penalty, and then the ball falls to the ground on the bad snap.
Now, will that be dead ball?
I think it's going to be a dead ball foul because the play stops as soon as the 2 guys were moving, I think.
I saw the 2 guys in the backfield moving. I'm like, you can't do that.
Is that what you thought?
That's exactly what I thought. Unless we were in Canada.
What's that, a boot?
In Canadian football, there's all sorts of stuff going on.
Everybody's
Everybody's moving.
I don't know if you can decline that or not.
Well, there's your answer, Brian.
Wow. So there you go. A bad play turned into a disaster, and the second turnover for the Tigers deep in their own end.
I wasn't sure if that killed the play. Sometimes there's a little bit of continuation there, but they always say, no, that play was dead. No, apparently not. Live ball. Williamstown fell on it. Now they are already in the red zone, or at least on the outside.
Melissa puts Goodnow in motion and will run a play action. Wants to throw. Ball complete around the 10 and down to the 5. I believe that is Goodnow.
They have speed in just about every position on the field right now, and they got speed and power as well. So a good route run there by Goodnow. Found a nice open space. He had enough for the first down on the catch, but extra yards there all the way to the 5-yard line. And I didn't see a lot of tight coverage there either. So, it was an easy pitch and catch. And they just did a little bit more to get it closer to the goal line.
1st and goal for the Jackets. Leading 12-0 already. Under center is Melissa again.
Old-fashioned I formation.
Yep. Power football as Ricky Allen follows his fullback down to the 1.
That's 2 consecutive plays under center. And just like you said with Marietta on just the possession before, you don't see much of that anymore.
Not really. Especially not an I formation. If they come out power I quit. Wishbone.
The Maryland I.
Yeah, oh yeah.
3 of them in the line.
2nd and goal from just outside the 1. 12-0 Williamstown here in the first quarter.
Under center again, too.
Allen is the deep man. They'll go first man through, and it's Harbor Hot in for his first touchdown of the game, 3rd touchdown for the Jackets. As you can see in the Dunbar and Fowler replay, just simple handoff to the fullback. Boom, as they say, 6 points.
And then even on the snap, too, he did the quick handoff to Hot, but he also still faked the pitch, too. And, that play happened so fast, I don't know if that really had much to do with anything, but it did give him a little style points, I would say.
Williamstown student section loving it as the extra point is up and good. 4:27 left here in the first quarter. It's now Williamstown. I think it's 21.
There we go. They just changed it.
Yeah, it's 19. Williamstown 19, Marietta nothing. You're watching high school football presented by Washington County Career Center's Adult Technical Training here on CAS 45.
My dream has always been to become a certified medical assistant and to be able to work at Marietta Memorial Hospital through their facilities. The Washington County Career Center made that happen by teaching me all the things that I needed to learn, helping me with my placement. The instructors were outstanding, and they just with helping me through school and some of the life things that I faced during that time. If you have any goals or dreams that you would like to obtain, don't hesitate to reach out to the Career Center for some guidance and help.
The Career Center, hands-on training that works.
When our customers come into our offices, we want them to feel like there's something for them. We have some customers that still want to come in and talk to someone and see someone face to face, and people will always be first. We also want to be able to provide the mobile deposit or the ability to bank from anywhere regardless of where you live. We hope that this new look really becomes a reflection to our customers, to our employees, and to our communities of what banking can be.
Junior Smith, the up man, takes the kickoff for the Tigers and gets it back out to about the 39-30, well, they're going to mark it back, 637-yard line, and that's where the Tigers will take over again with pretty good field position. As we check the Williamstown Bank scoreboard, 19-0 Williamstown. It has been all Jackets thus far. The Tigers have turned it over their last two times after Coach Shope said, you know, we just need to make no mistakes. Well, two fumbles have led to 2 touchdowns for the Yellow Jackets. As Dotson will take it on the swing around handoff, and he is out, and a loose football, and it's the Yellow Jackets again. Did the ground cause it? I didn't see him go down.
They had him stood up. He was stripped.
Yep,
it already happened at that point.
It was knocked away.
Yeah,
while
he was still up on his feet. Is there a flag down?
Another Tiger turnover.
No, something's on the turf right there. What is that? No, somebody must have dropped their flag. So everything's all good at the moment for Williamstown. But yeah, again, defensive. I said this before. I'll say it again. Opportunistic defense. They're going to try and rip the ball away from you. They're going to try and slap it away from you. They're going to try and remove you from the ball, and they've done it twice now.
So just like that, Jacket football and flags down everywhere.
Every guy in a striped shirt threw their flag on that play.
I believe that is our good friend Rex Foster out there as the head official. So that's the first thing that has gone wrong for Williamstown. Their first penalty makes it 1st and 15.
They have gone back to the shotgun set. Just trying multiple formations.
Might as well. Everything's working so far. Handoff will go to Haught, first man through. He's got the penalty yardage back, plus about 1.5 yards. Bringing up second at about 8.
Who did that in the NFL a lot? Was that Brett Favre that would kind of carry on that play? I mean, the handoff already happened.
Yeah, already do the weird throw thing.
Yeah, so we're seeing that a little bit now from Melissa. But, yeah, just playing with house money right now. Good inside handoff. Just like you said, they got what they lost with the penalty. A couple more yards as well. Trips to the right side.
Melissa out of the shotgun. Yeah, 3 receivers to the top. Man in motion, and he'll hand it off. This is 21.
Lincoln Joy.
Lincoln Joy. I keep wanting to say Lakin Joy, who plays basketball on the girls' team, but it's Lincoln Joy.
That's his. Link. Lakin is his older sister. There you
I
go.
was kind of guessing.
There you go.
So we got student sections getting together here. Looks like the Marietta kids are, I believe, country folk. And the Williamstown kids, is it 70s night for the Williamstown student section?
I think that's a pretty safe guess right there. I think I like that.
Is that groovy and happening? Here's Melissa. He will keep it himself and is upended short of the 40, but should have enough for a first down.
That was good option play there by Melissa. You could see that he faked the handoff to the fullback. They were all drawn to him. When he saw that, he was able to keep it himself, and he got the necessary yardage. If they would have stuck with the handoff to the fullback, probably would have fallen maybe about 1 yard short. But good option there by Melissa. He's a smart kid. He's a very, very good athlete, very, very good quarterback.
3 receivers to the bottom this time for Melissa on first down. He will roll that way, looking to throw. Uncorks one, headed to the end zone, has Goodnow down there, knocked away. Good defense by Junior Smith for the Tigers, as Goodnow had to stop and wait on it.
Yeah, a little underthrown. He was running to his non-throwing side to make that throw. He did have a couple of rushers heading towards him, so that probably rushed his momentum just a little bit. A little underthrown, but also good coverage there by Marietta.
So on 2nd and 10, they'll get out of the shotgun with 2 backs. And on the ground is Ricky Allen. Right up the middle. The first down and then some, as Ricky Allen is just running for big chunks of yard.
They call Melissa and Allen, a lot of them will call them Thunder and Lightning. I don't know who's who. That might have been the Lightning there. I don't know. But they do complement each other very well. And then, again, when you throw all the other skill guys in there, we already saw Goodnow. We've seen Harbor Hot, Joy now. So, I mean, they've got weapons galore. But it's predicated on Melissa and Allen. Those two are the guys they're the ones that kind of stir the drink, if you will.
Fresh set of downs for the Jackets, leading 19-0 here. Inside 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Melissa on the quarterback keeper. Puts the one man in the turn, makes another one miss, and will go out of bounds right near the sticks. As 2 of the Tigers come up looking like, what just happened?
Even from the beginning of that play design, because Allen and Melissa were standing right next to each other for a second there. I mean, if Allen would have just stepped right in front, that would have been a Wildcat style play right there. So he didn't really know who the snap was going to, but Melissa's the one that ended up with it, and then made a great run around the end for first down.
1st and 10, Williamstown. In the red zone, Melissa to throw with all day. Complete.
Kent Weigel.
Weigel stays in bounds and will go down to the 2. And we've got a Tiger down on the turf.
They're going to check him out, and I think he initially wanted to wave him off. Another weapon there, Weigel from the tight end position there. He went in motion he just kind of scooted laterally down the line, and then he just found himself a nice open spot. Nobody was there. Coverage was a little bit farther downfield. Melissa found him. Good catch, and a good run after the catch, too, because he got it all the way to the 2-yard line.
1st and goal at the 2. Who's going to get it? Melissa will keep it himself, and he will get into the end zone for another Williamstown touchdown.
The line is winning the battle. There's really no other way to say it right now. They're winning that battle. Melissa got hit harder as he was already standing in the blue end zone. So touchdown. Very good drive there by Williamstown. Another opportunistic drive, too, off of points off of a turnover. Always good. Always looks good on the stat line.
Haught on to attempt the extra point for the Jackets. Up and good. 1:11 left in the opening quarter. And another 7 on the board for the Yellow Jackets. We'll keep it right here as now 4 different Yellow Jackets have found the end zone this evening already. And, Mike, we're not out of the first quarter yet.
No, we're seeing just about every facet of the offense right now. Matter of fact, if the opponents now for Williamstown in the weeks to come, they're getting some pretty good footage on what you need to do, or at least to get a good view of what the different weapons are for Williamstown right now. But they do spread the ball around. If you look at their lines, look at the people that score for them, they've got a bunch of guys. I mean, this is, again, I told you it's predicated on Thunder and Lightning, but there's a lot of great role players out there too.
Williamstown next week back at home. Actually, their first true home game will be next week of the season with the new press box, new bleachers, and fresh sod. Will be against the St. Mary's Blue Devils. Always a big game for them. So 2 straight rivalry games for Williamstown.
Again, I'm married into the Williamstown lore, but I have heard lots of fun stories about that Williamstown-St. Mary's matchup.
I'm from St. Mary's.
I know. You've got some stories, too.
Sure I do. Here's Dotson. Good return across the 35 before he is stood up and shoved out of bounds.
I tell you right now, I mean, the kicks are decent right now for Williamstown, but we're getting some good returns. Marietta is not hurting for field position.
Their average starting position has to be like the 38-yard line. I mean, they've been near the middle of the field every time. They have yet to have a drive of more than 2 plays since the opening drive of the game.
That first play, they broke off the 10, 11-yard run. They've not replicated anything like that throughout the rest of the game.
Warden hands off to the second man through, and that is Junior Smith, I believe, number 13.
That was a complicated play.
Yeah.
There was a lot of moving parts to that one. Late developing.
3.5 yards out, just past the 40-yard line. But positive yards for Marietta, and they still have the possession.
They're a win and win. Check and check. Here's some nice shot of the Marietta, what do they call it?
The wall of sound. Warden under center again. Hands off, first man through. This time, I believe that's Dotson, number 2. No, it was not Dotson, number 2. It must have been 3. Britt.
Well, whoever it was took a lot of punishment, but got it good. No, it was a couple of really hard-fought yards right there. He took on a lot of contact. He broke through the line. It was a quick dive play. So he got there. The linebacking core there, Ricky Allen and such, we were able to meet him up there. Tough run, but it's going to be third and short, third manageable.
And that's how the first quarter comes to an end. All Jackets, 26-0 lead over Marietta. Back with the second quarter after this. You're watching high school football presented by the Washington County Career Center Adult Technical Training here on CAS 45.
My dream has always been to become a certified medical assistant and to be able to work at Marietta Memorial Hospital through their facilities. The Washington County Career Center made that happen by teaching me all the things that I needed to learn, helping me with my placement. The instructors were outstanding, and they just with helping me through school and some of the life things that I faced during that time. If you have any goals or dreams that you would like to obtain, don't hesitate to reach out to the Career Center for some guidance and help.
The Career Center, hands-on training that works.
The area's only locally owned steakhouse and premier dining experience is now open on Sundays. Rivertown Grill, Williamstown.
Big third down for the Marietta Tigers as we start the second quarter here, already trailing 26-0 and facing a 3rd and 3 right inside their own 45-yard line. The Tigers desperately need a first down here. Sweeping around and crossing midfield is Dotson. And he will have the first down into Jacket territory.
Very nice run. He got the blocks that he needed, and he did the rest himself. He's got enough speed in and of himself, but once he was got that one contained block, he got into the open field, enough yardage to move the chains. A wise man said one time, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. There you go. That's the one step right there.
That's it right there. Looks like the same play again.
Same play.
And no dice that time for Dotson on the sweep around. First time Marietta has moved the chain since the opening drive of the game.
They sniffed that one out. That was the exact same formation, exact same everything, other than the result of the play. No gain on it.
The Williamstown front seven has just been brutal this evening.
They're just tough to get by. I mean, they contain you, they control you.
Warden out of the shotgun to throw this time, throws into double coverage and knocked away, and 2 or 3 players slow to get up from each team.
Yeah, Hessen came from the safety position. He had the best look at it. Linebacker Ricky Allen was there providing coverage too. He caused the pinball action. Was that Smith?
Junior Smith was the intended receiver.
I think really Hessen had the best shot at it, so probably Smith was playing a little bit more offense-defense on that play, trying to prevent him from catching it.
So after they get the big first down, 2 plays that result in nothing, so 3rd and 10 for the Tigers just into the second quarter here. Only their second time on this side of the field. Warden to throw, under pressure, hits
Nice.
Lyris Kelly on a nice slant, makes him move, and is down to the 25-yard line. And a big first down for the Tigers there. Elijah Lyris Kelly, he was a playmaker last year when we saw these Marietta Tigers, and it's the first time he's had his hands on the ball tonight.
Time to throw, important, but that was a quick strike play as well. It was a total slant, so it was just Lyris Kelly had to get to his spot, which he did. Good catch, good yards after the catch, too.
Warden will go back under center on first down and hand it off to Dotson. Dotson made the first man miss, but stood up Colt Hessen with a nice stop for the Yellow Jackets, but a gain of 3.
Each play is a bit of a confidence maker, too. I mean, that just seeing that play before, the slant play, good positive yardage right there. These guys have got something cooking now. Just got to keep building on that. We can average 4 yards a play and still keep moving the chains.
Again, the 2 wings and a back for Warden. Hands it off to Dotson coming out of the wing. Wow. And now he's down to the 20. Another couple of yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 5.
I'm playing on your pun once again, but they did. They swarmed to the ball that time.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He got a couple of yards, but there were literally 6 shirts there, 6 white shirts there to help make that tackle. I dig it. I was digging your pun. I'm a dad. I've been known to throw a dad joke out there every once in a while.
I keep all that in my database.
That was good. That was good.
Here's Warden to throw on 3rd and 5. Steps up under pressure, lost to the end zone, looking for Lyris Kelly. Overthrown. The Jacket defender had it, but could not get his feet down. They'll wave it off. Incomplete, but almost a fantastic interception. Almost for the Yellow Jackets.
The fact that Warden got that pass off at all is just incredible because the rush that time they sent a little bit more on that play, blitzed a couple extra. He actually evaded the first guy that almost hit him and was able to get some air underneath that ball, but I'm sure that pressure caused him to overthrow. I did think Goodnow might have got a toe down when he made that catch.
On 4th and 5, Drew Warden to
Same
throw,
rush.
and he's going to get swamped this time, and it's going to be a turnover on downs as the Jackets get to him at the 28-yard line. No chance there for the Tiger offense.
They had an outside linebacker and Melissa in there. They had defensive secondary, sent one of those guys in there. There were 5 guys that had an open shot at Warden, and I think they all got there at the same time. You're going to have to split that sack up 3 ways, I think.
Fantastic crowd here tonight at Don Drum Stadium for the Rumble on the River. It is standing room only on the Williamstown side. They're all the way around the fence there, and homestands pretty well full in a game that has been all Williamstown thus far.
And some would say it's jacket weather out there. Thank you.
Melissa to throw. First down. Heaves it. Drops it right in the bucket. Fantastic catch by Harbor Haught, and he's brought down at the Tiger 20 as you check out the Dunbar and Fowler replay, and just right in his hands.
Everything was stellar about that play. The route run was great, and Melissa dropped it right where he needed to.
Is that a dime?
Was
that the kids call that a dime?
If I know what the proper terminology is, I think you would be right. I'm not sure, though.
1st and 10, Williamstown. They flip the field to the Tiger 20. Tigers showing blitz here. Melissa will hand it off.
That was Joy.
And that's Lincoln Joy. Yep. He'll get about a half a yard as he had to make the first diving Tiger miss in Colby, I'm sorry. Forgot my glasses again.
Oh, wow, that was a great pass. That was a wonderful pass. Again, it was a good route too, but again, they are so good at running, you really don't, it's not really a respect thing. You just don't really think about them being a passing team either.
Haught out of the fullback position, gets the handoff and rumbles his way inside the 5. It'll be 1st and goal, Williamstown. there's just too many weapons out there. You don't know where to look.
It's like, who are we going to go to this time? That's an embarrassment of riches in many ways too. But yeah, I mean, again, you have to worry about Ricky Allen on the outside. Now you've got to respect the pass too. And there you go. Then just busted up the middle to Harbor Hot. Yep, a couple of yards.
First and goal at the 3, and Melissa will keep it to the far side, and he will stroll in for another Williamstown touchdown.
If my numbers are correct, that is his 8th rushing touchdown of the year because he had one earlier,
Yep,
correct?
That's what I got.
And again, I mean, it's just all you got to do is, I mean, all the plays set that up, and then at that point, it's just what direction, who you want to hand it to. I'm going to keep it this time. So a great decision right there, untouched until he got to the end zone. Touchdown, Williamstown.
Back-to-back touchdown runs for Maxwell Melissa, 2 yards and 3 yards. But the big play of that drive was just a beautiful pass. Excuse me, as the extra point is up and good. 7:30 left in the half. And it's Williamstown 33, Marietta nothing. You're watching high school football presented by the Washington County Career Center Adult Technical Training here on CAS 45.
My dream has always been to become a certified medical assistant and to be able to work at Marietta Memorial Hospital through their facilities. The Washington County Career Center made that happen by teaching me all the things that I needed to learn, helping me with my placement. The instructors were outstanding, and they just with helping me through school and some of the life things that I faced during that time. If you have any goals or dreams that you would like to obtain, don't hesitate to reach out to the Career Center for some guidance and help.
The Career Center, hands-on training that works.
Kickoff from Hot going to be taken by Lyris Kelly at the 20, and he's going to come all the way from the far sideline to the near sideline with some room to run out across the 40 before he is slung down, I think, by his face mask as the flags come in.
Again, Marietta would have ended up with decent field position to begin with. They may get some more yards on that, but a great run. They just kind of switched the field from far side to near side. But a good field position starter would have been at the 40, might be in Williamstown territory after this penalty.
See what our official call from referee Rex Foster is. I think we're trying to debate where the spot of the foul is. William Seitz credited with the face mask personal foul, and that will set the ball up for Marietta at the Williamstown 42, trailing by 33 points. Handoff is to Britton, and Britton is good for 5 or 6.
Again, when you got that wing tee, so there's a lot of moving parts. So you got a receiver that's usually in motion around. You always got to keep an eye on him. That could be a quick pitch. There's a lot of things that you can do that. They decided to go with the quick back there, quick handoff. He's able to pound there for 6 yards. Good run. We're going to give him another shot right here.
Yep, and he's not going to get much there. Maybe a yard. Stood up at the 35. Williamstown fans, we will be on the air next Thursday from the Rod Oldham Athletic Center at Parkersburg South as the defending state champion Yellow Jacket volleyball team will be taking on Parkersburg South and John Marshall in a try. Next Thursday, it's also Spike Out Cancer Night at Parkersburg South. So make sure to join us for that starting at 5:30 next Thursday night.
This quad's going to be a long day.
It's a try. It's a try.
Oh, excuse me. Still long.
Handoff goes to Dotson.
I know I'm trying to sell it. I'm sorry.
I
It's
get
going to
it.
be a lot of fun. It really will be.
That's
Very exciting.
good for a couple, but it's going to bring up 4th and short for the Marietta Tigers, desperately in need of points here.
Well, you got to think 2 yards to get the first down, so you might think the runs up the middle have been kind of effective just recently. So you might want to try that, but you got to think Williamstown's going to be thinking the same thing. So will Williamstown bolster the middle? Maybe an outside sweep will happen.
Last 4th down, they met a jailbreak blitz, and Warden had no chance. Handoff goes to Dotson, and nothing there.
It's just a slow developing play, and boy, yeah, that side of the defensive line just went through like nothing. There was no resistance there. They were there to make the stop almost immediately as the handoff was happening.
The Yellow Jackets have stung the Tigers here in the first half. And
you've been holding on to that one for a while, haven't you? You've been holding on to that one there for a while. I think I might have actually fed that one to you earlier.
You did, but I'm taking the heat from the folks in the trailer right now, so it's fine.
You deal with them more than I do.
Yeah.
So.
1st and 10 for Williamstown. 2 tight ends. Malessa out of the shotgun. Allen in motion. He'll take the swing pass up the far sideline, and even when it's sniffed out by the Tigers, they still get some positive yards out of it.
I was just getting ready to say that because that is a testament to the athleticism of these Yellow Jacket players, because swing pass, there was somebody there to stop it, and Allen got by him, got positive yardage. Play probably should have been stopped as a no gain, but they were able to get out to the 40-yard line. And again, that's just that's the raw athleticism that Williamstown has right now.
One of the hallmarks of Williamstown's offense with Chris Beck and even going back to Terry Smith is just so creative in the play calling that just about anybody could get the ball in any way, as Malessa is going to just kind of scramble his way around until he gets the first down.
And that was one of those option plays right there too, because he was getting ready to hand it off to Joy, and he actually had it in his stomach, pulled it back, and was able to make that run, got enough for the first down.
But we've seen Williamstown a lot over the years, and it's amazing how just as the players come and go, these offenses continue to churn and just so effective.
Yeah, it is a true bona fide program. They do well developing into the younger guys all the way into the high school age. It is really, I mean, this Friday Night Lights thing is a real thing in Williamstown. They really adhere to that. They develop the programs well. They've got a great trainings. They've got all the fitness. They have all the, the proper facilities there. Yeah, they do a really, really good job there.
Malessa wanted to throw, ended up scrambling for 5 yards. Credit to the Tiger defense for getting everybody covered that time, but Malessa still able to get about 5 yards out of it. 2nd and 5, and Malessa, quarterback keeper the whole way right down the pipe, and another first down for the Jackets.
He was high-stepping as he made, as he caught the snap. He was already in full running motion. Move those chains once again. It's a tough team. And a lot of these teams that are going to be seeing this game film, there's going to be some folks in the weeks to come that are going to really beware this
Jody Moten,
team.
the St. Mary's coaching staff have got a lot of film to try and comb through, even just from this first half.
Getting a lot of looks, that's for sure.
It's a lot of stuff to prepare for as we're about 3:35 left in the second quarter. Malessa started to hand it off and then ended up keeping it himself and dives down to the 36-yard line, another 5-yard gain.
Yeah, I mean,
he's going to have a couple hundred yards on the ground.
And it's not weird. I mean, let me see here, 10 yards. He averages 10 yards of rush. He's got, going into this game, he had 311 yards, and Ricky Allen had 310. That's how balanced they are.
Receivers each way, and they'll go back to that I formation with Haught as the fullback, Allen as the deep man, and Ricky Allen will get the ball, and he's 3 yards deep before a black hat gets on him, and he'll make it 3rd and very short for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, again, just a good straightforward run. Didn't get enough to move the chains this time, but 3rd and 1 is always good, and it's just good positive movement once again.
2:40 left in the opening half. It has been all Williamstown. Melissa back out of the shotgun alongside Allen. Here comes the Tiger blitz. Melissa rolls out, fires down the field. A little too high. Had some heat on it, intended for Kent Weigel.
Weigel's 6'4", 224, so high. You know that was high there. And you're right, though. I think that little extra mustard that he threw on that kind of went through Weigel's hands. He's a nice, again. You got the great running game. You got the kids on the split ends there that can catch the ball pretty well, and then you've still got a pretty decent tight end too. So I mean, they every skill position is covered here from Williamstown.
On 4th and 1, they will hand it to Harbor Haught, and he will fight his way forward for 4 yards and another Jacket first down.
You need 1 yard, you get 4. You need 4 yards, you get 4. I mean, he's right at that 4-yard mark.
This offense has been a machine tonight, and I mean it's as much a credit to them as it can be, because I mean Coach Beck said this Williamstown front line and linebackers will come after you, but Williamstown has really had their way as Melissa overthrows into the end zone, incomplete on first down.
And again, looking for Weigel, the tight end, but he threw that one a bit farther down the field. But yeah, it was overthrown. It all starts with, again, just the program itself. I mean, they teach these kids. I live in Williamstown, so I know it. I mean, they teach these kids from Pee Wee all the way into middle school and they have great facilities there. All these kids, you look at their front line there. A couple of them are not quite 6 foot tall, yet they're awful strong, and they are. I mean, it's a
looks like the Marietta front line jumped across and made contact.
It's just tough.
The shift was in progress.
Right. Yeah, I mean, these guys are strong. These guys are fit.
Oh, false start on the offense.
I would have thought that would have been on the black shirts, too.
I would have, well, yeah. So 2nd and 15 after the penalty. Weigel shifts from one end to the other, and handoff goes to Ricky Allen. Allen with a blocker in front of him, puts his hand on his back, and he's going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Williamstown. Ricky Allen from 32 yards out.
Sometimes it's about speed, sometimes it's about power, sometimes it's about intelligence. He was following his blocks all the way down the field, and that's wide receiver sprung the block around the 10-yard line, and that's how he was able to get the rest of the yardage that he needed. But that wasn't totally power or speed there. That was just really good awareness on the field.
Ricky Allen's 2nd touchdown of the night.
And he should have eight touchdowns on the year, too.
Harbor Haught in to kick it up and kick it through. We're a minute 43 from halftime, and the Jackets lead by 40. Like, it's 40-0.
Insert words.
I've got nothing. It's, we kind of expected Williamstown to be a little better than Marietta. Marietta seemed to be getting things more put together. They weren't scoring points in bunches like Williamstown had, but things started to be coming together. But Williamstown's just mowing them, just mowing them down here today.
And the thing is to get to watch it now, because I've been listening to it. I've been kind of hearing reports about it, but now sitting here and watching it, what is impressing me is the multi-dimensional effect of what they do. It's not 3 yards in a cloud of dust. It's not, let's just keep running it down their throat. There's a lot of nuance to this offense. They do a lot of different things. They have a lot of different schemes, and that's a tough thing to defend.
Haught skips it back to Lyris Kelly, who picks it up at the 15 and will make his way out to about the 29-yard line. 1:33 on the clock until the half, and Williamstown gets the ball first in the second half.
Oh boy. I mean, you said it well. We knew they were good, but now we're seeing it all unfold.
They're real good.
Yeah, this is a team that's built for a long run, and maybe even another trip to Wheeling, quite possibly.
Drew Warden trying to get something going, only a sophomore as the starting quarterback for the Marietta Tigers, and he will hand it off to number 2. That is Bryce Dotson. Dotson has fought hard. He's put it on the ground a couple times. Actually had fumbled once, and once just straight up had it stolen out of his hands. But he's going to no gain, maybe even a short loss on that first down run.
He's made some mistakes along the way, but I do like his straightforward style. I mean, he is a 5'6". He's 5'6". He's 160 pounds, and he's running pretty hard against this Williamstown team. So I'm impressed with what he did. He's made a couple of mistakes along the way. He's definitely put it on the turf, but
and the locks flowing out of the back of his helmet.
Serious lettuce underneath that helmet.
Shotgun now for Warden, trying to set up the screen to Lyris Kelly. They complete it, but sniffed out quickly by the Williamstown D, and it's only good for a couple of yards.
The whole point of a screenplay, you're trying to draw the line. You're trying to draw the line and then try to get it past those interior linemen. Williamstown covered that play well because they had the upfield rush, but then they still had plenty of a line back there to put a stop to the receiver once he made that catch. So, Williamstown's seeing it all. They're doing it all. They're playing it all well.
The Tigers will have to run one more play. And they will throw it.
Oh, he
and
had no
hit
time.
as he thrown and picked by Weigel, and he will go to the house with all zeros on the board. Touchdown, Williamstown. Drew Warden had no chance.
Was that 11?
Check the Dunbar and Fowler replay, and I believe, I think it might have been Harbor Hott that got to him.
Harbor.
And knocked it right into the hands of Weigel.
I think 3 years ago, Harbor Hott had no idea that he was going to be a football player. And then last year, it came out. He's done so many things for this team. I think defense was something that he was wanting to specialize in. They've just now found that, he can catch the ball. He can kick the ball, too. He's also their kicker.
Check this replay again as Warden drops back to throw. Here's Hott hitting him from behind as the arm comes forward, and it goes right into Weigel's hands.
Opportunistic.
Great job by our camera crews there to catch that one on the Dunbar and Fowler replay. But that was like, I was just thinking, just run it, run the clock out, go to the locker rooms. But the worst possible thing happened. You turned it over, it turned into 6, and the half just comes to an end. 47-0. Coming up at the half, we'll catch some of the Marietta Wall Sound as well as the Marching Yellow Jackets from Williamstown High School. 47-0, your score at the half. Watching high school football presented by the Washington County Career Center Adult Technical Training here on CAS 45.
My dream has always been to become a certified medical assistant and to be able to work at Marietta Memorial Hospital through their facilities. The Washington County Career Center made that happen by teaching me all the things that I needed to learn, helping me with my placement. The instructors were outstanding, and they just with helping me through school and some of the life things that I faced during that time. If you have any goals or dreams that you would like to obtain, don't hesitate to reach out to the Career Center for some guidance and help.
The Career Center, hands-on training that works.
When our customers come into our offices, we want them to feel like there's something for them. We have some customers that still want to come in and talk to someone and see someone face to face, and people will always be first. We also want to be able to provide the mobile deposit or the ability to bank from anywhere regardless of where you live. We hope that this new look really becomes a reflection to our customers, to our employees, and to our communities of what banking can be.
Right answers right now. Dunbar and Fowler, the injury attorneys. When you've had a serious injury, you need legal advice immediately. Call today, we'll see you today and guide you every step of the way. The right answers right now. Dunbar and Fowler, the injury attorneys.
Honest Fred's Flooring, your home for quality flooring at a fair price. We know shopping for flooring can be stressful, so you can count on us for an honest deal and a stress-free shopping experience. Whatever your flooring needs, rest assured we have the flooring that's right for your lifestyle. And Honest Fred's is with you every step of the way, from consultation to installation. You'll get the flooring you want, the service you need, and the value you deserve. Shop Honest Fred's, Parkersburg, Marietta, and Spencer, or visit us online at honestfreds.com.
Let's hear it for the pride of Williamstown, the Williamstown Marching Band.
Every place has a feeling. Every town has a culture. For us in West Virginia, it's the people that make it special. At Grog's, our days start and end with award-winning service. Because for those who are lucky enough to call West Virginia home, we will always be here to make sure home is a safe and comfortable place. To the customers we've met along the way and to those we will meet in the future, we thank you for making Grog's Home Services the top choice in the Mid-Ohio Valley.
The Butcher Ben Autumn Festival is the place to go this fall for family-friendly entertainment. There will be plenty of food, games, and fun for all ages, including hay rides, a haunted barn, trunk or treat, costume and pumpkin decorating contests, and more. Parking is free, so visit the Butcher Ben Autumn Festival the last 3 weekends in October at the West Virginia Interstate Fairgrounds in Mineral Wells. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and go to butcherbenautumnfestival.org for more information.
Let's hear it for the Marietta High School Marquettes.
When I was 15 years old, my dad had to have open heart surgery. Now 20 years later, we have a top tier program right here at W Medicine Camden Clark. We're able to do those types of surgeries. I had a recent experience where a loved one had surgery here, and it was interesting to be on the other side, and the staff here gave very personal care. I don't know why anyone would want to travel hours away to have surgery that they can have top-notch surgery done here.
Please join me in welcoming the Marietta High School Marching Band, the Wall of Sound. The Wall of Sound is led this year by drum major Ali Now and is under the direction of Mr. Corey Barnes with assistance from Ms. Maria and Ms. Meredith Patterson. This evening, for your halftime entertainment, the Wall of Sound will be performing a portion of their 2022 halftime show, inspired by Lin-Manuel Miranda's musical Hamilton. Let's enjoy Not Throwing Away My Shot. Let's hear it for Marietta High School Wall of Sound. Big plans now to attend the 61st annual Game Around competition here at Don Drum Stadium on Saturday, October 8th.
Ready, set, fall. Calling all lovers of autumn, fall, and Halloween, Crown Florals and Gifts is ready for you. We are packed wall to wall with autumn, Halloween, and fall decor, and best of all, it's on sale for you today. From festive home decor and wreaths to candles and clothing for every age. Shop your local small stores first this season. Oh, and a trip to Crown Florals would never be complete without a visit to the Crown Confectionery, loaded with all of your fall treats and sweets. So we'll see you soon at Crown. Welcome back to your happy place.
Don't get stuck on the road after an accident or breakdown. Call Westfall Towing. We specialize in recovery, roadside assistance, jump starts, tire changes, lockouts, and more. Our fleet is fully equipped to handle any towing job, from passenger cars to heavy machinery. We're also honored providers of AAA services. If you're in an accident, request Westfall Towing. Proudly serving Washington County and the surrounding area 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call 740-525-9240.
Visitors to our gallery sometimes ask for double-sided bedding, which we have always carried. Most double-sided bedding is built on a grid coil system, which transfers more motion than many light sleepers can tolerate. Whether double-sided or single, the main reason most mattresses fail is because of cheap, low-density foam.
At Mattress Max, our focus has always been on quality, components, and design. When you're ready for a new mattress, we're ready to educate you about your choices.
Brian Guthrie and Mike Cameron back here, Don Drum Stadium, 47-0. Williamstown leads Marietta at the half of the Rumble on the River high school football, presented by Washington County Career Center Adult Technical Training. Captains are out for both fields in Seth Britton for Marietta and Ricky Allen for Williamstown. Williamstown to receive the second half kickoff. Have not heard yet. There's a rule in the OHSAA about a running clock in the second half with a certain lead, and I can never remember exactly what it is. Is it 50?
I think it's 50. Then West Virginia is in at 35. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm sure Rex Foster is on top of the situation.
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
He will get us informed. Couple of points, a couple of touchdowns scored off of turnovers. So
3 straight turnovers led to Williamstown touchdowns back in the first quarter. Hessen has a touchdown catch. Ricky Allen has 2 touchdowns. Haught has a touchdown run. Maxwell Melessa has 2 touchdown runs. And Kent Weigel ran in an interception as the half expired to set us at 47-0.
We've just been informed that this half will start with running clock.
Okay.
So they have already exercised the threshold.
So we will see the Marietta kicking team for the first time tonight.
Yeah, that was the thing. I mean, Williamstown did kick off. Marietta got the ball first. First play, busted up the middle for like 12 yards, something like that. I think they ended up with at least one more first down on that particular drive, but it's not been
just
much.
one on the first one.
Just the one?
Just the one.
Well, and they've not been able to really accomplish much after that. Not a lot of positive yardage. So, I mean,
a couple of 4th and shorts to try and keep drives going, but never got anything really cooking. Short kick taken at the 30 by one of the up men for the Jackets across the 35.
47 was the number. Is that Hicks?
Well, I've got Sights.
Sights. Sorry. I have my glasses on and I can't see. That's it.
So we'll have a running clock here in the second half with the lead as apparently there was a flag down and referee Rex Foster waves it off. I didn't see one to start with, so never mind. Now a flag. I think that's the center twitched.
Snap infraction. That's what he said. Okay.
Yeah. Which I still maintain is a fantastic band.
Ladies and gentlemen, snap infraction.
I know, you get it. Melissa to throw on 1st and 15, complete to Goodnow. And Goodnow is across the 45. Fantastic move, and will be at midfield near a first down for the Williamstown Yellow Jackets right out of the gate. And Mike, that just looked so effortless.
It was. There's two, facets to that play, because that play does not get anywhere if the middle receiver does not get his block, which he did. So now he's free to make the catch. Goodnow, and then a little bit of just fancy footwork up and down the sideline.
Out of the eye, it's Ricky Allen on first down with a fresh set, and he is down to the 45. About 5 more for him.
We saw, the finesse of the play before. That was raw power right up the middle. Try to stop it.
They go into that full-blown I formation.
Old school.
And they'll stay in that I formation. Haught, the fullback, Allen, the deep man. And it will be, or excuse me, that's not Ricky Allen.
That's Joy.
Lincoln Joy on the carry, and he'll get 4 and bring up 3rd and 1.
3rd and short.
Williamstown student section still here, cheering on their Jackets.
They're not going anywhere.
Well, I mean, if you went so far as to do the bell bottoms and the afro and the glittery shirt and stuff like that.
You're in it to win it at that
yeah,
point.
I'm wearing this out. Is that outfit wearing you, or are you wearing that outfit? Here's Melissa to throw on 3rd and short. Completes it out to the far hash and down to the 30 for another first down. It's Colt Hessen.
Again, that's a play that's kind of dependent on. You got the far wide receiver, then you've got the slot back. Slot back's got to make that block, which he more or less kind of just stood in front and paid a little bit of resistance there. That was enough for Hessen to do the rest, though. Once he got that opening, he got the yardage that he needed for the first down and some.
Back to the eye with Melissa under center. And Joy down to the 30, good for a couple of yards. Mike, this offense just looks so effortless.
Yeah, it's
just from all of them.
It's polished. It's polished.
That's it. That's the good word for it.
Just, they it doesn't matter who you insert into the cog there or whatever. It's going to work. The parts are working. They're interchangeable. Of course, you got the Ricky Allens of the world, you got the Maxwell Melessas of the world, so you know that those are going to work. But the role players come in and do the great stuff too. Joy, we haven't seen much of him in long breakout yards or anything like that, but he's doing his job. He's getting first downs.
Handoff goes to Haught, and he's actually going to get stood up for no gain.
And how many times have we seen Goodnow on the outside get that pass? Hessen with a couple of good catches as well. So, I mean, there's just so many layers to the offense, and it all works.
3rd and about 6 from the 28. Melissa still in there. Joy is the deep man, Haught the fullback.
Play action.
It is play action, but Melissa spun around and going to be sacked for the first time tonight, back at the 35.
Marietta just said, okay, let's just send everybody. If you are on the front line, we're just going to leave our 4 defensive secondary guys on an island. Get there as soon as you can get there, and they did that time.
Williamstown will continue. They have not punted this evening. They've only seen, I think this may be their only 2nd, 4th down that they've seen.
I believe you're correct, yes.
As we're at 7 minutes to go here in the 3rd, rolling clock with the 47-0 lead. Melissa alongside Ricky Allen on 4th and 12 after the sack. Melissa to throw, slant intended for Hessen. He makes the catch at the 30. well short of the first down, and Williamstown will actually turn it over on downs.
Yeah, that was just a throw to the seam there, to the flat, excuse me. That would have been Hessen just making a Herculean play to get the first down. I mean, they threw it short, and he was going to have to get about 6 or 7 yards after the catch to move the chains. But good stand there by Marietta. They made the stop when they needed to.
Second string defense has come out for the Williamstown Yellow Jackets, as we saw a lot of the starters just head off. Drew Warden under center, and will hand it off. And just stood up and thumped.
That is another one of those nuances, too, because, that Ravenswood game was 62-0 for Williamstown. So Warren was 55-10. So when you have scores like that, second teamers, third teams, they're going to come out there and they're going to get a decent amount of playing time. So these guys are well seasoned at this point.
Kobe Alexander, the unfortunate running back there for Marietta, taking the shot as we go inside 6 minutes to go in this third quarter. Handoff goes to Britton, and he will swing around across the 35, good for about 5 or 6.
Old Vince Lombardi, get a seam here and a seam here and go right down the middle. That's what he did there. And was
Vince Lombardi a gangster from like the 30s?
Yes, I think he was.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, see? You just right down the middle, see? That's how I think he was.
3rd and 4 for the Tigers. And Warden to throw out to Lyris Kelly. And he will be out of bounds near midfield and a first down for the Tigers.
Good play. They sent the farm to the left side and left Lyris Kelly kind of on his own. And, good pass, good catch, and his athleticism got him the yards after the catch that he needed right there. But, again, there wasn't really a whole lot of there wasn't anybody there to help him there. He was on his own. He was going to have to spring himself to make anything big out of that play.
Here's Britton coming out of that wing position, spun around and right into the arms of a waiting Colton Seitz.
Was that the Spinaroonie?
I believe it was Spinorama. It was circle button nonetheless. Good for about a yard as we're inside 4.5 to go here in the third. Running clock here in the second half. And 2nd and 9 for the Tigers. They've gotten close. I don't think they've gotten inside the Williamstown 20 tonight. Handoff goes to Dotson, and he is into Williamstown territory to the 48.
I think you're correct on that, because they did have one drive that started on the Williamstown side, and that because it happened because of the penalty.
Yeah.
But I don't think they got too many yards after that.
No, Marietta is just unable to do anything offensively, and as I said, 3 straight fumbles led to 3 straight Williamstown touchdowns, and then I guess it was an interception or fumble, whatever you want to call it. I think his arm was going forward, so it would be an interception return for the touchdown at the end of the half as the handoff goes to Dotson, and he is brought down around midfield, and he'll lose a few yards, and it'll bring up a 4th down for the Tigers at the midfield strike.
Just a nice open field tackle there. He was it was one-on-one right there. Thomas Billingsley got into the backfield and just wrestled him down. It's just good open field tackle.
3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. And a big 4th down and 7 for the Tigers. Warden to throw. Uncorks it. Lyris Kelly hit him right in the hands, and he didn't hang on to it, and they'll turn it over on downs at midfield.
That has worked.
The slant has worked.
Yes, yeah. And he would have had the first down if he just makes the clean catch, but it hit him right in the hands, and just does not make the connection.
Hey, next week, Wednesday, we will be at Marietta High School for some volleyball as the Golden Eagles from Belpre will be in town. Join us at 7 o'clock on Wednesday, Belpre and Marietta volleyball. Then on Thursday on the south side, the defending state champion Williamstown Yellow Jacket volleyball team will be in a try with the Patriots and John Marshall. That one at 5:30 here on CAS 45. Backup quarterback is in and running backs and whatnot for Williamstown. As Jackson Kerr, number 8, 5'11 freshman, is now in there taking the snaps for the Jackets.
It just blows my mind because, like I said, I live in Williamstown, so my kids go there. My daughter's a senior there. My youngest daughter is a 7th grader there. So right now there's a kid that's playing quarterback right now that's just 2 years older than my youngest daughter. That just blows my mind right there.
And Kerr is in the shotgun, and we'll hand it off. Diving up the middle to the 45-yard line. 25.
Cooper Billingsley. There's 2 of them. There's 2 Billingsley.
Billingsley listed as a 5'6 sophomore. Third and about 5 for the Jackets here as we're closing in on about 90 seconds left here in the third. Quarterback keeper for Kerr, and he is swamped behind the line of scrimmage, but flags are down.
It's number 15 that made that surge. I don't have a fit. No, I do. I was looking for
Kobe Alexander.
We'll see what the penalty says.
It's going to be declined, I think, anyway. Yep, take the result of the play, and it'll be 4th down.
That's a bad thing? 5 men in the back?
And we are going to see the Williamstown punt team for the first time tonight.
Well, it was the younger guys. So
Lewis
they're
Goodnow.
learning.
Yep, Lewis Goodnow in there to punt the ball away. 2 men drift deep for the Tigers. Goodnow puts the boot to it. It will hit at the 30, take a Williamstown bounce, and is going to roll dead about the 23. And that might just do it. Well, no, clock will stop for change of possession at 15 seconds.
Will it go on the snap, or will it go on? Okay, I didn't know if they'll just wind it up.
Williamstown student section still here. Again, if you're in a sequin jumpsuit, I think you stay in public as long as possible.
Staying alive. Staying alive.
Are they, Mike? Are they?
Sorry. They did wind it up, by the way.
Yep. So last play of the third quarter.
Nice.
A nice misdirection play. Handoff to.
Oh, and he's still going.
13 is Junior Smith. And Smith, a nice bit of running out to the 47-yard line, and that's where the third quarter will come to an end. 47-0 Williamstown leading the Marietta Tigers. Rumble on the River. Fourth quarter coming up next. You're watching high school football presented by the Washington County Career Center Adult Technical Training on CAS 45.
My dream has always been to become a certified medical assistant and to be able to work at Marietta Memorial Hospital through their facilities. The Washington County Career Center made that happen by teaching me all the things that I needed to learn, helping me with my placement. The instructors were outstanding, and they just with helping me through school and some of the life things that I faced during that time. If you have any goals or dreams that you would like to obtain, don't hesitate to reach out to the Career Center for some guidance and help.
The Career Center, hands-on training that works.
First and 10 for the Tigers as the fourth quarter starts. Drew Warden under center, and will hand it off to, that is Britton, I believe, and he's good for about 6 yards. Mike, you got some scores from around?
Number 1 ranked in Class AAA Parkersburg South right now, 41. John Marshall, 10 at the half. PHS right now losing to Cattleman 17-3 at the half. And I don't know if I'll have enough time for this next play.
Warden on second down, 2nd and 4. And that is Smith, I believe, on the misdirection. 40, 30, 25, and lost the football, and another turnover. It's going to go with Williamstown. Yep. Williamstown recovers at the 26.
What a great run, too. It was he actually faked the reverse. It was the misdirection, as you said, but there was an option there to probably do the handoff and go the other direction. But he kept forward. What a great athletic run. And then at the very end, he gets stripped.
See it there on the Dunbar and Fowler replay. Just the fifth turnover for Marietta tonight. -5 in the old turnover department.
Well, that's not going to help ever.
No, and the other 4 turned into points.
Yes,
turned into touchdowns.
That's a stat that's never going to go well in your favor. If that's the way it's going to go, you're not going to get past that one.
Kerr will hand it off to Cooper Billingsley as he swings around the right side, makes the first row of Tigers miss, and stays on his feet outside the 30. What other scores you got, Mike?
I got Doddridge 13 over Ritchie County 0. Cameron over Tyler Consolidated 21-0. No score in that Magnolia Monroe Central game.
St. Mary's playing?
St. Mary's is on a bye week this week, I believe.
So next week, Williamstown will host St. Mary's. That ought to be a good one.
That'll be a barn burner.
A slobber knocker, as it were?
If you will.
Flags are down on the handoff.
That is something we've not seen a great deal of tonight. There was one point where we were waiting for the laundry to be out at just about any play at that PHS South game last week. But it's been... We were doing the over-under on how many flags we'd see.
Yeah, personal foul. First personal foul on the Tigers tonight. Williamstown has a personal foul face mask as well. Next Saturday, we will be right here, October 1st. Little Marietta College football action as the Pioneers welcome Baldwin Wallace. More Yellow Jackets in here.
More Yellow Jackets. Well, last week was tough, but they got their matchup with Mount Union over with. Now they can regroup and now really focus on the rest of the season. That's a tough matchup for anybody, so in Division III especially.
Here's Kerr to throw on first down after the penalty, and it is picked off, but I believe out of bounds and incomplete. Lyris Kelly came up with the football, but was out of play when he came down.
Was not able to drop that foot down.
Clock at 8:44 and rolling here in the fourth quarter. Ohio Mercy Rule has a rolling clock in the second half with leads over 35, right?
I think it is.
Is that what it is?
I remember it was either 30 or 35 or 50. I think 50 is the West Virginia score, the threshold.
That's how you get shortened quarters, too, I believe. We saw that in the South Capital games. Kerr tries to run and is going to be cut down at the 46-yard line. No gain. And it'll bring up third down for the Yellow Jackets.
Again, with the games that Williamstown has played up to this point and the point differentials that they've had, this second line and maybe even third line, depending on how you want to look at it, these guys are seasoned veterans now. They're getting plenty of playing time because it's usually pretty much handled at this point, and it's just not one of those situations today especially. But, these guys have gotten a pretty decent amount of playing time in 2022.
3rd and 10 with Kerr to throw. Moves the pocket, throws into the flat, and overthrows his man. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down. Williamstown will move to 4-0 on the season and have a date at home with the St. Mary's Blue Devils, and basically cut the ribbon on the refurbished stadium there in Williamstown, as they have not been able to play there for their one earlier home game scheduled. Marietta is going to drop to 2-4 on the season. And they will be back in Dondrum Stadium next Friday night, taking on the Brook Bruins from the Northern Panhandle of West Virginia, another OVAC team. So on 4th down, Goodnow back out to punt for the second time. And got a hold of this one, and a fair catch called for at the 15 by the Tigers.
I hope into the next season or so that CAS gets a chance to do a game
at Williamstown. I think that would be really good. I mean, they have such great community support there. It's a wonderful place to live. Anyway,
we had the Warren game scheduled,
right?
And it got moved to a Saturday.
Yeah, that was something that was just one of those things that he just had no control over that. But yeah, I mean, it's a great community. They really rally around the school and rally around the kids and rally around the sports as well. And from what I've seen, I drop my kid off there every day, and what I've seen just from the outside, the new facility looks pretty spectacular. So it'll be exciting to see what it looks like on the inside. But these kids will be excited to be able to play on that facility.
Running on first down is Britton for the Tigers. Got to thank Cody Venderlich and the Marietta High School administration and staff and Coach Shobe for taking some time with us and making sure that we have everything we need to make this broadcast possible. Also our thanks to Larry Heiser, Jeff Shalley, and the administration at Marietta College for allowing us to use this facility as our partnership with them. As Britton runs it for the first down for the Tigers, we're inside 6 to go.
I'm very excited that you have that relationship with Marietta College too, because I really do think there are things coming. I really do. I think again, when you guys play in a conference that's got Mount Union and really John Carroll too, that's a rough. I mean, they call it the SEC of Division III for a reason. So they're going to take their licks along the way, but I think that the CAS customers are going to see some really good football, and especially in the weeks to come.
Dotson with the run out to the 36-yard line. 2nd and 2 for Marietta. We have yet to see a timeout call tonight.
I think that's a good thing. I mean, what are you really stopping at this point?
What you're going to talk about, especially in the second half, but. Here's Britton, and he will get the first down for Marietta.
Good hard-nosed run right there, just up the middle. He knew he was going to take a shot, but he went in there and got what he needed. I mean, Marietta, again, you have to say, what they're dealing with right now. What they had to deal with was the Williamstown Yellow Jackets. Not a lot of people want that assignment.
No.
But once they get through this game, now they get to regroup and they'll go through the rest of the season. These last couple of weeks, they played some pretty good football. They had a really tough assignment tonight. So let's just see what they can do with the rest of the season.
2 men moving. That'll be a flag after this run. It's a great run for Junior Smith. It's not going to count. But he looked good doing it.
Probably felt good. It probably felt good. You know what? Let's just do it anyway.
For Marietta, you've kind of got to take it for what it is. Of guys, we got blasted out there. Put it behind you. Let's play Brooke next week and move forward. Nobody else has been able to beat them yet, so nothing to hang your head at, but
just got to check the next box and move to the next game. And like I said, these last couple weeks the defense has stepped up. They scored the amount that they needed to win those 2 games. Obviously, there you go. So let's take those small victories and move on.
1st and 15 after the penalty. They'll go back to Junior Smith. This time not as successful running the football, but he got a couple out of it. Again next week, volleyball, Belpre and Marietta, Williamstown and South, and Marietta College football next Saturday on the 1st. Make sure you follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, on Twitter. We're everywhere, and stay up to date with what's going on with our live broadcast schedule. Handoff goes to Dotson, and worked awful hard for a couple of yards.
I tell you, I'll say this too, because we're up in the booth, so I don't really get a chance to hear, obviously, what's going on out there. But the comments that I heard about the broadcast last week, and I did actually got it on my phone there for a little bit. I was listening to the bands a little bit. Yeah, you guys are doing a spectacular job. with the sights and the sounds. So.
What do you mean, you guys? You're part of you
Well,
guys.
but I'm not out there shooting it. I'm not. So, I mean, I think the package that you guys are putting together here at CAS is some good stuff.
Yep.
So hats off.
Yeah, it's much appreciation. Warden running for his life, tries to get it to Lear.
Nice.
Snelly, and another pick.
That was a great dive. He went all out to get that one.
Freshman Aiden Meeks. And it's interception and turnover number 6 at 2 minutes to go in the ball game. So check the Dunbar and Fowler replay. Here you see Warden. He got rid of it. You have to trust me. It was intercepted. Yeah, thanks to our camera folks tonight. Jim and Haley up on the roof, and LV down on the field, and Jeremy and Ronnie in the production truck.
Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike.
Flip it up, smack it, rub it down. Oh, no. No, Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike would be new addition.
Yes.
So that means I have to cool it now.
Exactly. Oh, I love our music references.
Do you love rock and roll?
I do love rock and roll. Let's put another dime in that jukebox, baby.
What's a dime? What's a jukebox?
These are foreign words. I'm just but a simple caveman, so.
Williamstown taking their time in the huddle here.
Good idea. I mean, just let it tick off. Don't want to get anybody hurt at this point.
Yeah. Minute to go here in the ball game. We've got another quarterback in the game for Williamstown as the handoff goes to Billingsley.
Marietta said, if you're on the defensive unit right now, just run to the ball, everybody. And there was about 8 or 9 guys in on that tackle.
Number 10, Cooper Martin, is now in. Is that a 10?
That's a 10.
Yep, Cooper Martin in as the quarterback for Williamstown, and one more play ought to do it and put the capper on a 47-0 thrashing by the Jackets. All the scoring coming in the first half up to the, and he will take a knee, Will Martin. But all the scoring coming in the first half, right up to all zeros at the half, with the interception return for a touchdown. Just a thorough smashing by the Williamstown Yellow Jackets. And as we mentioned, they've got a date with St. Mary's in Williamstown next Friday. Marietta back here to take on the Brook Bruins next Friday. Mike, any final thoughts, bits of wisdom?
Well, again, we knew that Williamstown was a good football team, and again, I work for a radio station that covers them on the radio, so I hear about them. I've read the reports. I knew they were a good football team. What we saw, especially in this first half, before all the time-saving rules thrown in there, we saw a team that is polished. It's got all the layers. I mean, they'll run the ball on you, they'll smash mouth you, and then they'll throw into the flat, and they'll even throw down the field. So they have got all of the offensive boxes checked right now. This is a good, complete football team, and this is going to give anybody in the state of West Virginia and half of their schedules in Ohio too. Any team they go up against, they're going to have to be ready for a complete football team.
They have the tools, they have the talent.
Well said, sir.
So on behalf of Mike Cameron and myself, Brian Guthrie, and the whole CAS 45 crew, thanks for watching. 47-0, your final from Don Drum Stadium, Williamstown over Marietta. We'll see you next week. Have a good night, everybody.